So a great weekend, obviously with a win at Georgetown. We knew they would be a challenge for us just because of that number two, receiver is a phenomenal, I think, leading the entire FCS in reception. So that was going to be a huge issue for us. And I thought we did a really good job of adjusting our game plan and getting it to a point where we could keep him under control to some levels. I loved our pass game. I thought, we really needed to do that and come out with a little bit of a bang here and be able to push the ball downfield. You felt like without Jalen and without Pete, it was going to start to condense a little bit defensively on us. So to be able to open it up a little bit then provided us the ability on some of those fourth downs to be able to convert and keep those drives alive. So I thought overall a really good day. Their kick return team, like we stated earlier, is phenomenal. And to watch us run down the field and put a stop to that also was something I thought our guys spent a lot of time on. Coach Kanan spent a lot of work with our guys all week on that, and to keep that in check also was really important. And then offensively and defensively, just a complete game, which we were looking to be able to play, and a complete game without five starters being out there. So, this bye week coming up, we had the selection show on Sunday, and it was awesome. It was awesome to be able to have the community there, have a bunch of students there, to have our families there, have some alums there, to be able to sit in there, and all the administration and people that are invested in this program. And I think to be able to watch that selection show, we set a goal at the beginning of the year to try to become one of the top 8 teams in the country. And we went back and looked at the list of the top, 15 teams in the country. We saw a pretty similarity between most of them, with North Dakota State, South Dakota State, South Dakota, Montana State. You just went through it and you said, we are not made up of the same thing that maybe these guys are made up of. We don't have grad school. We don't have a bunch of junior college kids. We don't have a bunch of transfers. We don't have 120 on our roster. So because of those things, you understood that it was going to take a heroic effort. And I think that is something that I watched our guys do each and every day since the preseason, when we made that statement that we want to be one of the top 8 teams in the country. Now we had to go through and fight. We made a choice. Then every day we had to fight. And then eventually, when it was our opportunity to take it, we had to take it. And I thought we did a really good job, getting ourselves to this position. But getting ourselves to this position is just the start of it, right? Now what do we do next? The 2 teams that we're about to play are, phenomenal football teams. As we all know, that Fordham team is a hard offense to stop. There's not a whole lot that they don't do well. And you get to New Hampshire, and they're a very complete team. They've played some really tough games against a really tough, competitive schedule, and they do everything. Their defense is great. Their offense is great. Their special teams are great. Their kick returners are great. They are a complete team, very much like Fordham. So when you get into that situation, you expect it to be challenging and you expect it to be tough, and that's exactly what it will be. I'm excited to be able to spend a little time with the family over this holiday. We'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll practice again Thursday morning, and then we'll let our guys, go for the day of Thursday, Friday, be back on Saturday. So that's the way the schedule's set up. I'm excited to spend a little bit of time with my family without being under the gun of the pressure of, a game that weekend, which is typically the way it works when you don't have that bye. And I just think this is, just a neat moment in time for this program. The momentum continues to grow, and each and every year it continues to get a little bit better. From the beginning until the end of the season, you couldn't imagine being in this situation where you're 11-0, the 8th seed with a bye, hosting a playoff game. It's something I think we all should be really, really proud of, and I think everybody at home that supports this team, whether it be through time, energy, just being there in person, or financially, should also be really proud and know that they make a huge impact on this. And I think when we get back here to Fit and Field in 2 weeks, I hope that place looks as good, if not better, than it did against Fordham the first time we played them. And I just think that these are young men and a program that history will forever remember. And I think that goes the same for everybody connected to this program, everybody that's invested in this program, and everybody that helped us reach these goals. There's only 11 guys that get a chance to go on that field, each play. But that 11 on the field represents so many more, and it reaches so much further into those stands, back into their communities, and out into each and every alum's home. And I just hope they all understand that. I hope they feel proud about it, and I hope they like the direction that this program is going. I hope to be back here in 2 weeks from now after another win, and just continue this thing moving in the right direction. But really, thankful on this Thanksgiving holiday for each and every person that's involved and touched this program in such a positive way, and hope we can continue to make them proud.